10:01 order. Meeting to order of the special meeting for Savoy ISD. Do have a quorum at this time. I'd like to ask Jeff if he would to lead us in the word of prayer.
Your Lord be with us today as we try to decide the best decisions that need to be made for the district. Be with each and every one of us as we go on our ways as we finish this day. Be with us through the week. And until our next board meeting, when we all get together again, please guide, guard, and direct us. Amen.
And items, the first thing that we have, and I think we've done it before with Brian, and probably need to do it now. Teacher shortage and stuff like this, we get somebody that's good. Possible action to approve chance to hire a professional physician through the summer without board approval. Take us back in the fall when we get. But right now, we need to do that. Has anybody got a problem with that? If you do, speak up.
My personal opinion.
Huh?
I said my personal opinion. I think it still needs to be brought to the board. And if we're hiring a janitor or a bus driver, I don't have a problem with it.
Well, you're not considered 100% hired until we do.
Well, it gives him the authority for them to sign the contract. Okay? We'll do this for like June and July, and August we'll take it back. So.
I mean, I understand. I don't-
We did it the first year I was on it, maybe for Mr. Neal. I know we-
To me, we need to put a stipulation there, say, make nothing against Janice, don't take this personal. But once you have 5 or 10 years experience, and that would be something we need to decide for. But I think you need to have some skin under your belt before you take that solely on full responsibility. I think we need to share in that.
I didn't maybe.
Barbara?
I think in light of what's transpired in the public and the lack of trust, I think it would be better protection for Jance as well as the board, because the complaints that were made in the community were about lack of trust. And I think we can put some policies in place and be more transparent on the website. The employment website needs to get updated. We need to put our processes out there so people know, and it will increase transparency. I take the accusations that were made against the board. No one was singled out. It was said the board, people don't trust us. 265 comments. I read every one of them and I wasn't pleased with that. I stand with integrity, and I'm furious that people are thinking that we're not doing things on the up and up. So it's perception. It's their perception, right or wrong, it's still their perception. So I think to protect Jance and to protect us, we need to maintain that authority. Now, it's going to cause us to come in here on a Saturday, yes, but I'm willing to do that to get the trust back.
Heard him to be the CEO and our people.
And I think it's his job. And I mean, every other school, I've been offered the contract, and they told me, though, it's not approved until the board, whatever, but still, rarely does the school board go against recommendation from the superintendent and the principal that's doing that. I mean, I know it pretty little, so.
About Brian, I think he had a little. And then he didn't. I think we should sort of keep it under us for a while.
Okay.
I'm fine with him doing it. I want to make one brief comment on the comment deal. It was on Facebook, just so everybody knows. There was a ton of comments, but if you look through there, the vast majority of those people don't even live here. They made us, a bunch of them did at some point. So I think the perception is of what the reality is, does not match up. There was very few, a small handful of people that were actually from Savoy stirring the pot. The rest of them, like I said, may have lived here at some point. A lot of them didn't. There was a lot of people that didn't even know people here commenting. So I just think that needs to be made clear for Jan, that it's not like 200 people in town or, throwing a fit. It's just not accurate that I've seen. Like I said, there was a very small handful of people that live in this school district commenting on there. The rest of them don't live here, never lived here. So anyways, I just think that need to be put out there.
Now,
But yeah, I'm fine with him doing it. I mean, either way, like I said, I don't have a problem with that, but if we need to meet up here on Saturdays, I'm fine with that too.
Okay.
So I'm whatever.
Yes.
So. Of June, because we have a start date that varies district to district.
Well, explain that a little bit, Danny, because I don't know what it is.
So a teacher, if we're gonna hire somebody from another district, they've got to get out of their contract. Prior to the first day of school, so that timeline gets real. For somebody.
And I'll say on that, superintendents or principals. Because we don't know if we can hire somebody, so we are in a bind if it doesn't happen.
18th, is that what you're saying?
Ours is the
That may
18th.
be today.
That is,
Because our 45-day timeline switched up, it's usually around 4th of July.
So
but
if some. Science and Sherman, I'm telling her no. Because then we're in a bind.
Hold their employees accountable to that. If schools are 2 weeks behind us, the next. Situation myself personally, I resign. I wouldn't be able to have been offered a contract from.
Again, I mean, obviously it's our purview, but I mean, so you're saying that he needs to move as quick as possible on this stuff.
For sure this next month, I think it's.
Right.
That 45-day timeline, after the next couple of weeks.
What's a happy medium on it, Chance? What's something you could work with where it keeps everybody happy here? Like I said, I'm fine with letting you do it, but if I mean, sure.
The thing is, if we have to, what is a special meeting? It doesn't have to be 3 days. If it does,
I
I mean, you're talking about 3 days, that could be a losing,
hazard type situation, so.
that could be the difference between losing a good teacher and having to accept somebody that we don't really want, so.
And we're not. That can walk into a classroom and. Somebody in here that's, he doesn't.
All right. Have a chance, hire the people, say through July 1st.
put one tweak to it.
Hmm?
Can we put one tweak to it? To be revisited before next year?
Only through July
It's only
1st.
2.
Well, I know, but I'm saying I'll give it to them through July 1st. We'll see how it goes, and we may or may not do it again next year, depending on.
Oh,
how things
sure.
go.
That it has to be.
I just don't want it-
done Because when we take it,
You left it open-ended so that every summer that happens, if it didn't work out, I'm covering my butt.
So just put the date in there, 2020.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's why I said one small tweak.
Yeah. Janet, July 1st, 2022, okay, have me. Seconded by Sandy. Any further discussion? All those in favor? 4, 5, 5, 4. All those opposed? 2. Passes 5-2. All right. The next thing we need to do is go into executive session. Is this necessary? Does anybody want to not go into executive session? Or do you want
What are we gonna discuss?
to leave these?
I'm gonna staying open. If we can't-
Anybody else?
I promise to.
Before we move on, while we're in proper hiring procedures, can I bring something up that I'd like everybody to look at?
Okay.
I'll run a copy for everybody. It's something I want you to think of for the next meeting, and maybe you can, everybody can expand on it. All I did was wrote some things down for how I felt we should be hiring people as we proceed forward, as far as who all is involved and what all's done to make it transparent to the public. We may already, I've kind of delved in, found out we are doing some of this. We're doing most of this, maybe not all this, but I wanted to try to have it set up. So we need to post it somewhere. I know it's being posted. Does everybody know where it's posted? I want it to be posted internally and externally. I know we're putting it, I was looking in here and it says TJ and website posting. So that's the external part. I want to make sure it's posted internally too, so that our internal teachers, in case somebody would like to be teaching elementary, they've been in high school or vice versa. To me, they ought to be given the prior opportunity if they've got some, they've been with us 3, 4, 5 years and they want to make a change and move. I don't know if that's being done or not. I was thinking, trying to find a place where they could find it, like maybe on the teacher, on job board and teachers lounge, if we created it in both campuses. So they would know the openings that are available if they wanted to make a change. Keep a copy of that posting as it moves through the chain. We go through our committees on elementary and the high school, the site-based committees when we're interviewing. Have the candidates go through there. Once they come to an agreement, that committee should consist of the principal of whichever campus the teacher's for, and 3 to 5 other people to kind of help make outside decisions from the experience available on the campus. Once you get the candidate approved, have 2 of those 3 to 5 people sign off on that resume, have the principal sign off that resume, then that comes to you. That way, everybody's signature is on this thing, and then when the board signs off on it as well, Terry or whoever the president is signs off on it. That way, when you have that on their file, and we have somebody in the community saying, we didn't know this person was hired, y'all didn't go through the proper chains of command, you should be able to go back there and say, look, we posted it, it's time stamped, it's posted on the teachers lounge board, it's put on the T&J site, whatever it is. We've also got the signatures where it went to the site-based committee. You got the principal's approval, you got the superintendent's approval, you got the board's approval. That way everything's there. If anybody ever questions, how did this person get hired? And that's the only way I know to safeguard. That may be a little over the edge, but
Well, first of all, I'm going to say this, okay? The committees, I've never had a problem with the committees, except that during the summer, sometimes, and Danny can vouch for this.
I
you
didn't
have a
think
hard
about
time
that. He was
getting-
saying last second.
You have to, it's hard to get people together to try to get a committee up in the summer.
I understand.
Mike has told me that, I don't know how many times. And that's a problem, okay? He's a seat. What's our job as a school board? What is our job? Superintendent. We take care of policy. Okay? After that, I mean, we've done it here in Savoy for that way. But that's what Brian wanted. He liked the committee because it took stuff off of him. Okay? I want to know what Jance's ideas are on the committee because ultimately, he's the one that brings it to the board if he's going to present people or not.
I was curious on who all, as long as everybody's been involved in this thing.
Well, you talk on how y'all do it there, and Mike does it the same way.
We
case like somebody, yeah, something.
Or two, so.
So there's at least two.
Oh, yeah, no, it'll never
Yeah.
solely me.
I'm
Like
just
for
trying to
the-
figure out, because, so that somebody's not saying that, oh, he's just loading the box.
No,
with
no, no,
everything.
no, no.
It's being said, and that's why I'm trying to kind of cover
Well,
everything
that's
here.
because people don't
And
understand
it-
what the whole cotton picking thing is around here.
I've hired two people. So frustrated by everything. Do you guys trust me to do this?
Yes.
Not taking it out on you guys, but it's just all. Data teachers, Daniel and Mike are on those interviews. I'm gonna be on the phone interview because I'm gonna be in San Antonio at Region 10's conference next week. I would never just hire somebody for Danny's campus. Hey, Danny, here's your teacher, because I'm not.
That's where.
I don't know what to do, guys.
Book and stuff, because that's where all this crap started. Okay,
I mean, if it was just one person, I wouldn't have taken it. It's several people. And
Okay.
that's why I'm
The
trying
thing
to
is,
cover
you got
everybody.
several
but-
people. You got those several people probably haven't come in here to find out just exactly what the hiring practices are.
I know, because I saw that in some of his comments, and that's what I was saying in that post. There was several that were commenting that I thought if they had just come to the meeting, they'd already know the answers to those things.
You know.
Or talk to the superintendent. I'm sure he would talk to anyone in the.
Hold on. Okay.
Have the processes on our website, then transparency exists, and that protects him.
Mhm.
It protects us from being accused of. Right now, our website's not up to date. I mean, Jance, we don't have Brian out there. I'm trying to protect us from Equal Opportunity Commission coming in, because any of those people that made those complaints can file a complaint, and then we have a huge, big problem if you've ever had to deal with EEOC. We don't have the information on the website correct right now. I'm just trying to, all I'm doing, it doesn't send any us from him. I'm upset that I'm being accused of this. It was us that was getting accused.
Yeah.
Chance, but I've never been accused of this
So
publicly.
we're just.
And there were-
you are
I'm not-
that we're-
I'm mad too.
I apologize for raising my voice, but because we're not, I would not do anything like that. What you asked me to do, that's what I'm doing, period. And please, Facebook or not Facebook, tell them to come see me, and I'll have the conversation with them.
Okay, Sandy.
Well, again, Barbara mentioned for in a hard place, because when we have training with Region 10, we should be a united board. But then we were called out for everybody voting the same way. But again, we've been told that we really should be a united. And they don't realize that we do have some hard discussions privately, or we go to that. So again, that's their, if they would really get involved and find out what all we do. And I think all of this is covered already in our policy. This is the way they're
Yeah,
already
if it
doing
is,
it.
I'm just trying to make sure.
It
all
just
the
may
same
not
board.
be in black and white,
Exactly.
but I trust them that this is more or less how they're doing it. Because I've heard about the committees, they were so impressed with different teachers and so on and so on. And so I think we don't need to reinvent the wheel. Leave in 10 minutes, and we can have this discussion another.
Y'all have access to counsel, and I sought counsel this week. I don't have to vote. I have to vote what my values and my opinion are. The counsel you get from TASB doesn't work for Region 10, doesn't work for teachers. Counsel to keep you out of litigation. And the counsel told me in no way or form or fashion do you have to vote if you do not believe what Region 10 told us. No, that's wrong. I vote the way I feel. If I don't win the vote, I at least can let the public know why I don't win the vote. And council told me a lot of the boards are going to, if I vote against my members, then I should have 2 to 3 minutes to explain why. That's where they're going with it.
That's fine with me.
Me too. I'm,
Voting
y'all know
against.
me, I'm gonna vote, I'm gonna
I
vote
vote
against
my
it. I
part too,
believe,
but I've
believe it,
been
but
told since I've been on the board,
That's Region 10, that's not your TASB
Well,
litigation.
Well.
I'm okay with that.
The thing is, Region 10 is superintendent or ex-school administrators would like to see that vote come down. That's the reason they do that. You got to just. Okay,
Can I ask something real quick? These jobs that we're looking at, or these guys we're looking to hire right here, have those jobs been posted so
Yeah.
somebody in the elementary
It's,
can?
well, I don't know about the elementary, but that's what I would look at. It
Whatever, I
says on there,
mean-
where did you find out? So it's posted.
'Cause-
And that's all I need is so you can prove it was gone through the proper channels.
90,
This is where we post.
I'm just saying, people are gonna be asking those questions, so there you go.
I didn't see any postings on the Region 10 Job Network board. That's the board I use,
They're
but
post, ag is posted on there, English is posted on
Yeah,
there.
it said it was posted.
On the
I guess I missed it.
TJ, we're pulling applicants.
Curious,
Good.
did we have just one place we posted, several
posted
places we
on-
posted?
The 6, some of the THSCA website, we post on TASA, we post them on Region 10. There is nothing shady going on here.
I just knew we were always limited in the past on what we were getting,
well,
and that's why I was, maybe that's because we was on one
I think in the
side.
past, we were. Went out to, and I think. And now, we didn't get as many. Went out to look, and also. I mean, I think Danny and them, when they got down, they were calling, but, you know, they were hoping they'd get enough candidates. Us.
Like I said, I think we're probably doing 90% of it. I've never seen it written
And
down
as
how
far
we do it.
as the, getting all this stuff fixed on the. Some people to get on there and get busy.
It just is.
we've got 2
contact
people
Brian.
that do that, don't we? Isn't that Rappi and Tracy's job?
Well, I didn't know it either until you get on there and look
Yes.
and find it. And if you have any problems or discriminating, contact Brian now. And I was like, you know, we've got all this.
Title IX.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to cover us with EOC, because
Yeah, that's fine. Now, as far as these people this morning, I won't go in executive session. If not, do you want to take with these hires this morning and look satisfied with them?
I make a motion to accept all of them.
Have to do them on separate deals though, because I make a motion to offer Teresa Alford a 10-month, 1-year probationary chapter 21 contract for 22-23 school year. Do I hear a second?
Second,
None opposed. To offer Brandon Johnson and Robert Fagan a 10-month, 1-year dual probationary chapter 21 contract for 22-23. Second.
second it or whatever.
Okay.
Well,
You need.
I had a question about Brandon, but that's all right. I'll go on.
You know, we're in discussion, yeah.
Well, I'm just, what is he gonna teach? I don't see exactly in there. I feel like with him, we're hiring a football coach that's gonna coach baseball.
He's been head baseball.
Couple about his baseball skills.
Yes, sir.
Talking Fagan or Johnson.
Johnson,
Johnson,
What is he gonna teach, Jansen?
elementary.
And then what about the other guy, Mr. Fagan? What's he?
Math.
Matt, okay. Oh, that's right. I saw it. Yeah, I saw his. That's right.
I'll go along with you. I trust.
Can I ask
you.
a quick question?
Yes.
We're good.
As far as either one of these guys, if you were to take away his coaching ability and he wasn't coming here to coach at all, would you hire them as a teacher?
I'll let him speak for Mr. Fagan.
PE teacher.
Oh, yeah, they're both.
Either one of them, I said that.
Committee, he is not math. He is a first. Great guy. He's actually a kid that I coach. And he'll be good.
Certified?
He's already passed his
General.
content test.
Okay.
He likes the PPR. So he'll be certified. Certification.
We were asking all, are gonna have to offer to all three of these will be within the schedule that we kind of have. I have no problems.
The only ones that are not are basketball coach, Coach Bates and Coach.
Seen 50 and that sounded like what, based on experience that of each and every one.
Most of them are just regular
First year
scales.
teacher.
Right, okay.
Wherever they fall.
Step one.
Okay. With that, all those in favor? 7-0. All right. Executive session. So I'll do that. All those, let's see, I make a motion to adjourn at 10:28. Second by Barbara. All of them.
Sorry.
Okay, 7-4. Y'all.